There's two engine bolts missing here. One in there, if I'm not mistaken, and one down there. So I have my bag of engine bolts here, so I'm going to see what sort of a length we need. See if that lad there bites. Yeah, he's going to bite there. And we'll take a look. This lad down here. If you do, I'll get, that needs to be longer. Let's see if I have a longer one there. And I'll have to go looking somewhere else. There's a long one there. That one's wider, that's okay. So I have longer ones as well, so just want to, so if that's going to bite there, what I'll do is I'll get a spring washer for him and we'll fit him. Washer fitted. May as well have it all right. Oh yeah, lovely stuff. Now I'm going to look at my box of longer bolts and we'll get one fitted below. The bolt that'll do it. Yeah. That should do it now. Yeah, there you go. So that was just a little something I noticed there. Important that they're all in place. So we'll take a look on the other side now and see is there any missing. Take off the grill to get the paint matched to it, and I brought in the front wheel as well. So between the two of them, we got the paint matched. That was the paint I was painting the parts there yesterday evening. So what I noticed was on this side here, this little grill fastener was very loose when it was tightened in. So what I did was, when I had a look at it, it was just out of shape. So I just reshaped it there, put it in the vise, tap with the hammer and all of that. And it was still loose when it was tightened. So I put a little rubber washer behind it. And now when it's tightened in, so in it goes and you give it a little turn. Doing its job. This side seems to be doing its job fine, so I was happy with that. It's pulling in the grill okay. It's not sitting 100% level, but the wiring behind is just a little bit off, but I don't think that's going to be any cause for concern. So you just give it a little twisting there, and if you look now, both of them are kind of at the same angle, so that's looking good. I also tightened up this headlamp. This is a different one. So this is an Auto Pal, and this is a reproduction Ferguson headlamp, and I have an original one over here from a Gold Belly. It's actually a ploughing lamp, and you'll see the Ferguson tractor on it there. And if you look down there, you'll just make out above Made in England, you just see Lucas. So that's an original one. So the reproduction ones are very well done. They have the tractor in the glass. So just tightened up, because I noticed that was when I was doing the test on the lights, I noticed that it was, after falling down a little bit, kind of turning downwards. So that is that. So I have some cleaning up to do. I forgot to do this part here, so I'm going to clean him up for painting. And in the shop blaster, I have turned the light on, see, two more brackets for the track rods. So I find shop blasting them is the easiest, because they're a little bit tricky to do with a wire brush. So that's what I can get going at. I managed to give the air filter a second coat, and what I'm going to do now is I can fit that. So I wanted to get that on the tractor. That's kind of separate. The rest of this is all kind of steering and brakes, really, like. So I managed to give that a second coat, mixed up a small bit of paint, had a bit of time today, so that this morning, so that's had a good while to dry, and it's good and warm in here now as well. So that's the latest on the update. The rest of them have only got one coat, so I'll give them another coat. So with these, I hold them with the pliers because the gloves are a little bit awkward. So now, that'll do perfect. I was just looking at the end of this pipe for the air filter. I stuck a socket into it and I put a Jubilee around it. It's a little bit tatty, so what I do with these is I use the Jubilee as a kind of a scribe line, and it'll mean I'll be able to cut a nice straight edge on it and have it a bit more, you know, straight cut. So that's what I'll do. I have a selection of knives here, so I'll see which one cuts the keenest. Okay, that's true. Just something I do. Just purely aesthetics, that's all. Just look a bit tidier. And then finish it with a real sharp knife. Run it in. It won't be perfect, but it will be a lot better towards the end. Then you just have to pull out, see what's still attached. There's a bit there. I've had to cut a few hoses there to suit lately on my other projects, where the carb and the intake meet there on the gold belly especially, and this is what I did. In with your socket, tighten your Jubilee around it. And then loosen off your jubilee. Pull out your socket. That's a damn sight better. That was just a little bit uneven now for my liking, so we put on our jubilee then, a little bit of grease, and that should be good to go. It'll look a lot tidier. This is our new PTO selector lever seal, so this is ready for fitting. So I have an 18mm socket here. This is only going to need the tiniest bit of persuasion to go in there. That's it. Nice and flush. One more little tap over here maybe. Lovely. So it's as simple as that. Fitted. So there won't be any leak in that plate anymore. So the rest of it doesn't need to be painted. Just this washer, so I'll take off the washer. I'll give him a clean down, and if you remember in the earlier video I went ahead and I threaded the threads in this here as well to take this bolt. So we'll leave that off to one side. We'll give him a bit of a clean down. Maybe that's a better side, it's a bit cleaner looking than that. Give him a bit of a flattening there, there's a little burr to on him, even a sheet of sandpaper should sort him out. And the same this side, and then we'll get him ready for painting. And he will go on there, our lever will come through, and that will be looking and working perfectly. Griffin's got a second coat, and I stripped these down, just I had them taped off, so you can see the nice sharp lines on them there. And I'm very happy with how everything has turned out. There's no kind of run marks or anything at all, thanks be to God. And I've also put a bit of rust primer on the stub of the axle there, because I'll paint that when it's complete. So that's where we're at. I'm waiting on parts to come tomorrow, and we'll be able to start rebuilding the front axle. So putting the new kingpin in the half axle there, and pulling in the bushings top and bottom, and then I'll be able to start working on the track rods linking up from the steering box. And then when I get the jacks out from underneath that, what I might do is start working on this side here. So get the front axle completely ready for completely overhauled, and then I'll finish working on the rear. I can do, you're probably wondering why there's a hat on the light and the t-shirt hanging down, is I'm tapping out this woodruff key. Now these can be an absolute pig to remove, but I gave it a quick tap and I think it's obliging us. So you get your chisel, so they either come out or they don't. When they come out, it makes life a lot easier. And I put that on there just in case anything went flying, but it didn't. So I can put that in the vise now, and I can start just give it a quick little rub of a file. So there's some rubber seals there. That's strange. They're usually a kind of felt seal. I've a new kit order for it anyway, so that'll sort that. Now I think half the reason why that came out is every time I walk past it for the last while, I give it a dart of this GT7 stuff. That stuff makes WD-40 look like water, so it does. So I can now throw this in the vise, just where I was hitting it there, just give it a little tidying up and make sure it's ready for going into the new kingpin.